Well, it seems like summer is over in the UK. This spell of good weather seems to have come to an end, and that's probably due to climate change or Mount Etna erupting or the Co-op running out of sour cream or blasphemy laws being introduced by the back door, but I don't think so. Before anybody starts running off to write to the local newspaper, the Co-op never did run out of sour cream. Actually, it's not like that. That's just a dig at the stereotypical British weather. We'll probably have a pleasant summer, one interspersed with warm or hot spells and dry spells and damp spells, mild spells, wet spells. But I don't mind one bit, because that's what keeps my green and pleasant land so green and pleasant. So bring it on. But why does our heart drop when we get up in the morning and we see that wet stuff falling out of the sky, forming puddles on the lawn and turning the flower beds into mud? Why should we despair? Why should we, when we get up in the morning and the first thing we do is look at what the weather's going to do? We look out of the window, it kind of sets the tone for the day. It's a rainy day, so. And it shouldn't be so, should it? We automatically judge the consequences of the day by the prevailing weather when it should have very little to do with anything. In fact, we should rejoice in it for many reasons. It's funny how we can let something as natural as rain spoil our day. After all, it's the lifeblood of everything, isn't it? We can do without many things. We can do without food, we can just about do without sleep for a while, but we can't do without water. It hydrates us, it feeds the ground, it feeds the land that grows our food. And yet, although it's our best friend, although it's so vital to everything we do, everybody's saying, people, doctors, everybody's saying, oh, you must drink more, keep yourself hydrated. When you go out on a summer's day, what's the last thing somebody says to you? Keep yourself hydrated. And yet, we're so hostile towards it, aren't we? We're so hostile towards something that is our very best friend. We're a weird animal. We run for cover when we feel a couple of big fat raindrops. But that's daft, isn't it? Because it's only water. We've got warm houses. We've got changes of clothes. It's nothing but a slight inconvenience. And yet, we talk about it, especially in the UK. We talk about it all the time. We obsess about it. Our whole day revolves around the weather. What's it going to do? If it rains, should I do this? Should I take some waterproof jacket? Should I take an umbrella? Where should we go? We were going to go to the seaside, but we can't now because rain. We were going to go to a theme park, but we can't now because rain. So what we'll do, we'll go to a museum, we'll go to the cinema, we'll go to somewhere where we can sit inside because rain. How pathetic. Rain is absolutely wonderful. Look at what rain's done round here. Rain's done this. Rain's caused the stream that's running underneath my feet, that's catching all the water on the moors above and turning this into this little babbling brook that's so absolutely beautiful. The leaves are green, the grass is green, a bracken all around me is green. All because rain. All because water. Why are we so hostile to the life's blood? Beats the shit out of me. In fact, all of us at some time or other will have experienced that downpour, that great downpour at the end of a hot, dry spell where you can smell the tarmac on the road, you can smell the soil and the grass and the leaves and the greenery. You can actually smell it. And then have you ever turned your face up after a long, hot day when the sun's been beating down on your skin, turning it brown, turning it dry, and the rain comes and you turn your face up to the rain and it runs down your face, it runs through your hair, it runs through your clothes, and you actually rejoice in it. Don't you? We rejoice in it. Yet, once that's over, we forget about that. We go back to disliking the rain. We go back to disliking inclement weather, when it's the most natural thing in the world, when if we didn't have it, we would all die very, very quickly. And yet, we complain about it. Honestly, it's kind of, it's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I get that we dread that soaking when we set off to work and we've got our work clothes on and we have to run from the front door to the car and we're going to get wet and we're going to get cold. I get that, and I get that you know what's coming before you go across the threshold. I do get that. But with everything good, there's got to be a slight bit of inconvenience, hasn't there? We can't have all good all the time. Too much of a good thing. You can't have too much of a good thing. Yes, you can. Running out to the car, getting a little bit wet. There are people who watch these videos who probably live in climates that are warm and dry all the time, when you can predict what every day is going to do. Well, we can't. But I revel in that. I actually revel in that. I love waking up in the morning. It's another nuance today. Waking up, wondering what's going to do, looking up at the sky and seeing a different sky every morning. A clear blue sky, one dotted with cumulo clouds, one dotted with black clouds, one covered in a gunmetal grey sky, one from which water is teeming down. A million different skies for every day. And I love it. But we complain about that before we go across the threshold, don't we? We complain about it. But the thing is, we've felt it so many times before, we've experienced it so many times before. Why complain about it like it's something fresh and new? You don't eat a curry, you don't eat a vindaloo once a week, and then after the 52nd week, you bite into your first lump of vindaloo and go, oh, I didn't expect that. Because you know what to expect. You know exactly what to expect when it's battering against the windows and you look out and you can see the car and there's this gap of about 30 feet between you and the car, and you've got to get across it like crossing no man's land, because that rain's going to come down and it's going to destroy it. It's not. It's just rain. Just a bit of wet. Tell you what, put a coat on, take a brolly, take an umbrella, put a coat on, take it off when you get in the car. Boom. There you go. What's the problem? There is no problem. Rain is wonderful. Rain is a life's blood. Rain keeps us hydrated, like I already said. Somebody's built dams across the stream here. Can you see that? 2 or 3 to kind of create pools behind it, but they're such big boulders that it's not. Doesn't like kids have done that? Looks like that's a massive concerted effort by a lot of people. I wonder what they're trying to do. They're trying to create pools. They have created pools, which is very nice. Probably deep enough to swim in. Not that I'll be swimming, especially not when it's raining. Perhaps you only think rain's horrible because you've been conditioned to think rain's horrible. Because when you were a kid, your mum said, it's raining outside, it's horrible. So you've grown up thinking, my mum said, it's raining outside, it's horrible. So it must be horrible if it's raining outside because my mum said so, and my mum never lies. Have you ever thought about that? If your mum had said to you when you were a kid, it's raining outside and it's absolutely gorgeous, this is the best weather in the world, you're grown up thinking, it's raining outside because my mum says it's raining outside and it's lovely, so it must be lovely because my mum said so. So, have we just been conditioned to think that bad weather's bad and good weather's good, when it's all just weather? Whether it is or whether it isn't. That is the question. Rain is as natural as dawn and dusk, and yet we spend a lot of our time regretting the rain. At least here in the northwest Europe we do, where we have inclement weather, where we have unpredictable weather. And we obsess about it and we think about it. And you know, when we're thinking about it, that's taking up part of our lives. That's wasting part of our precious lives. That's wasting some of that 25 to 29,000 days we have on this earth. A brief time. It sounds a lot, but it's not, as the days go ticking by one after the other. 25 to 29,000 days, and we spend so much of that moaning about the weather when we should be celebrating the weather. We've got such a brief time here. We should strive to get the best experience out of every second of every day. I know that's not practical, but we should try our best anyway. We owe it to the privilege of being here, don't we? We owe it to the privilege of being born. Being born, living, then dying, a brief time, 25,000 to 29,000 days. We shouldn't regret any of that time, should we? Because it's all great, and the clouds are coming over a little bit now. I don't think it's going to rain today, but I don't care if it does. If it rains on us now, we will just go home. I will dry Molly off. She will get on a bed in front of the fire. Even though it's quite a mild day, I would put the fire on for her. I would put the kettle on, then I would go upstairs and get changed into dry clothes. And the very act of putting dry clothes on after getting wet is a pleasurable experience in itself. So the rain, not only is it hydrating us, making the grass grow, making the crops grow, it's actually promoting good experience by the back door, isn't it? It's actually getting us wet so that we have the opportunity to make ourselves feel nice by putting on clean clothes and feeling fresh and new and optimistic, because it does. Little things like that, to us humans, they mean a lot. Just getting wet and then putting on dry clothes. It's the simple things, isn't it? It's the simple things. And this all goes back to what I talk about on all of my videos. It's the simple things in life. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't regret the little things. It's the little things that make a difference, and the big things that generally cause potential grief, because the little things tend not to cost much or anything at all, whereas the big things tend to cost, and cost puts you under the cosh, doesn't it, a little bit. So enjoy the rain, enjoy the weather, enjoy getting wet. So don't see rain as our enemy, it's our greatest ally. After all, without it, we wouldn't be here to complain about it. We shall see you on the flip. Peace and love.